Good evening.
Everywhere I go on this island, it seems to me I find degeneracy.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes. See, it's a lot scarier when there's no motive, Sid.
We have a bargain.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
Do you feel the pain? Well, let's see now. Pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
His entire work consists of violence, all the time, obsessed with the issue of violence. Mayhem, gouging out of eyes, autopsies on the stage.
Come. It is time to keep your appointment.
Good evening, folks. Lovely to see you all here. No one missing this to watch Jimmy Kimmel tonight? No? Oh, funny. Well, nice you dropped by, folks. It's a pleasure to have you. This is Double Feature Horror Show number 203, and we are continuing Polanski season, looking at The Ninth Gate. I'm wondering, have seen the quotes being picked up. Have people picked up everything that is in that intro? If you have, it's probably time for me to make a new one. It is very overdue. Yes, Polanski season, The Ninth Gate. We have skipped over a couple of ones. We have skipped over Rosemary's Baby. We've skipped over The Fearless Vampire Killers. Rosemary's Baby is going to get covered. But as I said last week, in a slightly leftist mood, it feels weird to cover that movie without anyone on the panel who's been pregnant. So I am bringing Waifu on and going to try and get her perspective on it. So we will cover that on a Saturday stream. So that's in the offing. That is in the offing. But tonight, 1999's The Ninth Gate. Looking popular from the chat. Looking popular. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. I've got my own judgments, but I can see why this wins people over. Very good to see you, Lawrence. Good to see you, John. The Alabastard. Hello. Hello, OS Wolf. Hello, Brent Mackey. Hello, Tricky Menthol. Very good to see you. And who am I missing? Let's see, John Gross, Dr. Prepper. You wonderful folks. So hi, if I haven't caught you already, and drop a something in the chat if you would like a greeting. It's always nice to see who's in. And if you're one of the wonderful people on the replay, of course, click the like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. It's interesting for me. It's also, I like other people's takes, but also I know that the algorithm, it feeds on those. It feeds on comments. So you are helping me out and helping promote a horror channel that looks in some reasonable depth at horror movies. I will retain my salt about other well-known horror channels. Moving on, avoiding any drama whatsoever. I'm very lucky to have my wonderful co-hosts. Hello, Murgoot.
If I can get unmuted. Hello, everybody. This was a fun one. Welcome all.
We're needing your expertise again. It's one of those ones where it's something that's an absolute blank. For instance, Murgoot, was it obvious to you that they were not in New York?
Yes, they did some on-scene shots in New York. It's definitely mid-90s New York, but most of it took place in Portugal, Spain, and France on location. I think they may have had 5-10 minutes in the film that was in New York. The rest of it was overseas.
Yeah, I had the suspicion that he maybe did a Kubrick and just got a second unit to film a bit of location work.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So, hello? Did I drop?
No, you're grand. I just saw a question from Open Wounds. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% certain where the clip you're asking for comes from, but my guess is it's horror and the transcendent. So if you really wanted to know, you can get transcripts of all Bowden's speeches on countercurrents, and you can give it a little search on there. But I think it's his speech on horror and the transcendent. Yes, that's what I'm guessing it is. Hopefully. Yeah. LA for New York, like day for night, yes. Or Vancouver for blooming everywhere, right?
Or Toronto.
Did Toronto get roped in as well?
Not in this one. Vancouver and LA didn't in this movie, but Toronto in the 90s was big for stand-ins for New York and Chicago.
Yeah, no doubt. And TCG, very, very familiar, no doubt, with the sights of Vancouver due to Supernatural.
Yeah. Do you know, funny you mentioned that, where I've actually got the family roped into watching it at the moment. We're about 10 episodes into season 1.
You're going back through it?
We're going right back through it. Yeah, I worked out if we do 1 episode a day, it will take almost a year to get through the entire thing. I think it was like 314 days, I think it was.
See, I'm doing Bible in a year podcast. I've clearly messed up. I should be doing Supernatural in a year.
Yeah, you've got to do Supernatural.
Or
like,
I can
that should
mix
be.
them up.
It should be a thing. It should be a thing where just sort of every couple of years or so, just revisit it. I mean, and the thing is, I'm terrible at sort of like memory retention when it comes to movies and TV shows. So I can go a couple of years without watching something and then pretty much forget most of the plot. It's only really like the end that I remember. Like, oh yeah, this happened. Because there was one episode. My wife knows of one character, specific character, because she's in Dexter, and I was like, yeah, she don't appear till season 3. But then I was getting the storylines mixed up because it kind of made sense in my head, and I was like, she knows season 1. She appears, and probably about 2 or 3 episodes away now.
Ah. Well, I mean, in fairness, you're allowed to get them a bit confused. There are 300.
But I'm really bad though. I'm really bad.
On the other hand, I bet by now you're an absolute ace at GeoGuessr, provided it takes place in Vancouver.
If it takes place in Vancouver, maybe.
Didn't do your proper introduction there, TCG, by the way. I forgot it. Yeah.
What, you mean hello and welcome to the channel? That one?
No.
You want that one?
Oh, no, I had the... here's the thing, we started out friends, it was cool, it was all pretend, yeah, since you've been gone, you dedicated, you took the time, wasn't long till I called you mine. It's TCG!
Hey!
I was somewhat related. No. It was on the radio, I was like, banger.
Brilliant.
Remembering that for TCG. I like to think of chat there being like, what the hell is that? What is it?
Bless. Yeah, sorry about last week, no showing, but yeah, I just sort of wanted to just sort of take a second, if that's okay, just to sort of...
No, not in the least. Yeah, I mean, I think I said at the start, I felt weird streaming last week. I really did. I felt weird. I was just glad that other people said like they wanted a distraction.
Yeah,
like, okay, I can do that.
No, I completely get it, man. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I wasn't even a massive like Charlie Kirk fan. In that I only really knew his content through like the odd viral TikTok video or like YouTube short or something like that. But mate, I feel like this is truly one of those where were you when moments. And yeah, it just absolutely just sort of rocked me, man. I didn't imagine to feel the way I felt, man. But yeah,
they surprised us all. Especially like the parent angle, I think captures you a lot.
I think that's what it is. I think that was a big part of it. To be fair, I mean, I can only send my prayers to his wife and children, man. It was just horrible.
Yeah.
And I apologize for my absence. I had 2 doctor's appointments that day, so I was kind of running around in circles.
You are absolutely fine. Do you know where I am? Always lucky when I have you here. I'm always lucky and grateful. And also grateful to you, Lawrence. Thank you so much saying the last week's stream made your day. Cheers. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I also want to say thank you, Lawrence, kicking off the super chat. Lawrence is he min-maxes the super chats. He gets the first one in early. He's a ninja. Sending in £2. And but hey, I love it. I love it. I appreciate it. Saying, I'll say it, dead meat is controlled slot position. I'm not gonna you know, dig in at them or their Bill Burr like tendencies. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just, if people want a light-hearted thing, that's fine, and they pitch themselves as light-hearted. But if people remember back in the day, the thing that used to annoy me was like the booby horror streamers. Do you remember that, TCI? You always used to message you when I'd block hose.
Oh yeah.
I get advertised that women like wearing, you just have the massive bubbers squished up, leaning towards the camera and being like, yeah, Halloween was like, yeah, like a 7 out of 10. And then they'd squeeze them a bit and you'd be like, "Argh." I just have to ban the e-thoughts.
Yeah, just it's basically just think of Christina Hendricks in the foreground, sort of to the side of the camera shot, and like far away in the background is a horror film that she's promoting, basically, you know, and the cut of that top is low as you can go. We're talking like low rung limbo low.
Oh, it's like an aureolic ravine.
Yeah.
Just I almost get the Britisher out just to think of them, but it's terrible. And you know, I'm just saying, chat, I don't think their passion was truly in horror films. I never heard them quote Bowden. I never heard them get out a copy of David Church's post-horror from 2020. Did they prattle on about the history of the British Board of Film Classification?
I don't think
Board
so.
of Self-Censorship for 7 hours? Did they buy the memoirs of John Trevelyan, the secretary? Did they? No, they squashed their bubbers up together and shoved them at the camera. Outrageous. Sorry.
Okay, I have two things to say, or one question and one thing for John Goris. Didn't Zombie Unicorn review a couple movies while she was body painting on Twitch? And
who was this?
Wait,
Zombie
I remember
Unicorn,
that name.
one of the arch feminists who participated in Gamergate.
Yeah,
Didn't
no.
she
Body
became
paint.
like a titty streamer, right? But her
Yeah,
thing
she
was
body
painted.
painted on live. And then John Goris. Yes, there was a lot of CGI in this. Crappy 90s CGI. And the twins in the Spanish bookshop were real.
Oh, hang on. Whoa. The twins were the twins were fake, right?
I thought they were real.
No. I checked on this. This was that when we get to them, there's a really important point about that. They kind of make it twice.
You're right. They did do the mirror image. Jose Lopez Rodero as Pablo and Pedro. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
They
I was wrong.
Don't worry about it. They even repeated the joke at the end with it was a member of crew. I think it was like the Spanish casting location bro. Is they made him double up as well. But yes. Anyway, sorry. My rage against the horror ethos just suddenly boiled up again after 2 years of being dormant. I just remember like sending you and Harry and must have got like 50 reports of I have blocked this whore.
Yep, that's about right.
But
see, like you
is correct. I would of course make an exception if it are actually Hendrix.
You came to us. You came to us like, look at this disgusting thought, disgusting, degenerate. Meanwhile, recommendation. I'm joking.
Putting the boo in booby streamer, right?
Yeah, boo.
Oh dear. All right. Well, we should probably talk about this actual movie. Oh, sorry. I've got a shill. Folks, the wonderful people who help me do the stream every week, their links are in the descriptions. And if you want to support this channel, of course, you can send a super chat like Lawrence has already done, or even better, you can join as a member either here or on Subscribestar. And now is a fantastic time to do it, not only because I just recently dropped a commentary on Talk to Me from 2022, but we are currently voting on the films that are going to be covered on Halloween. So we've done 2 rounds of voting. I have not closed them. You could turn it around. Although currently I kind of hope you don't. The first one is a really good pick by chat, to be honest. But yes, get in. You can get films of your choice, and you can vote in what we are going to cover, not just in Halloween, but for most months. So yes, there we go. Shilling has been done. Shall we kick off the Ninth Gate? We should note this is just for the chronology of Mr. Polanski. This is in 1999. This is 22 years after his rather infamous crime against Samantha Gelmer. I'm not going to go hugely into that. We talked about it a fair amount last week in the first week. But we do see the impact of him fleeing prosecution in the US and having to basically stick to countries where he cannot be extradited. For instance, the sending a second unit to grab footage in America, having to film around France and Portugal. Yes, he's limited in location where he can shoot because he did not want to risk extradition. He would fall afoul of it 10 years after the making of this. In 2009, he went into Switzerland and the Swiss stopped being neutral for a moment. Can you imagine? But ultimately that got dropped. I tried reading the Wikipedia of it. It was quite a saga. I'm still not 100% sure why he wasn't, but never mind. I won't drag us down that angle, but we are seeing some of the fallout of his decision to evade justice. There was one rather unfortunate comment that he made, leaning to, I don't know if we actually said it on stream. My sort of take after doing the research for this is I originally had the narrative that Polanski was kind of a regular dude, and then his wife was murdered and he went a little off the rails, resulting in horrible sex crime. My research is not bearing that out.
Okay.
I'm seeing creepy stuff from the guy very, very early on. I mentioned quite a few of them in Repulsion and in The Tenant, but I'll bring in this week's episode of creepiness. Is he chose to cast Frank Langella. Do you want what
for
film?
His recreation of the remake of Lolita.
How did you know, Murgoot? How did you know?
Because I was forced to watch it. That's all I will say. I had somebody in my life at the time who forced me to watch it.
Was it Peter Mandelson?
No.
Was it Jeffrey Epstein?
No. Somebody close to me. Not somebody that I'd take well, I can't say that on YouTube.
Was it Judy Buenoano?
Oh, that's a second tie to my ex-wife, but yes, it was my wife.
All right. Yeah.
Judy I don't know if you know or not. My ex-wife used to party with Judy Buenoano's son.
No, I don't think it. Oh, the deep lore. See, I don't remember the Adrian Lyne Lolita. I thought about rewatching it and see if it holds up, but I didn't have like the greatest memory of it. And the Kubrick one I a great way of doing it, but I suppose we shouldn't go down the Lolita route. Oh, Fez, yes. I cannot remember when the Academy came out in full support of Polanski, but I do remember Johnny Depp did. He was extremely keen to work with Polanski, and he lobbied for this for quite a while.
I think it was 2008 or 2009. I may be wrong, but they did the big Polanski thing, and Meryl Streep was the first one to stand up, and she was clapping like a freaking seal for Polanski, and it's like, you're a degenerate.
And then you know, when it comes to old Harvey boy, suddenly it's been on a dime, as they say. But yeah, sorry, it must have been after 2009 because that's when he was at risk of extradition back to the US. I will add a bit of nuance actually in here. I wasn't going to go into it, but I should point out that Samantha Gelmer, who was the 13-year-old involved in the event, has said repeatedly that basically she thinks Polanski shouldn't be charged anymore, that he's basically done his time because it's sort of hounded him for so long, and that she also has a kind of resentment about like always being involved in it. Like,
I'm sorry. That's like saying, oh, you know what? You know, enough time's passed. You know, Jimmy Savile. You know, his name has been muddied enough now. Maybe he can. Well, obviously he's dead, obviously, but you know, we stripped him of his knighthood. You know, we've punished him, and you know, I think we've punished him enough. Maybe it's time we allow him back into polite society. Don't you think? Because think of all the other good things that he did. You know, these people sound like Diane Abbott. Like,
well, yeah,
weighing the scale of Mao's heart on a feather, and Abbott coming to that conclusion where Mao, on balance, did more good than harm. These people,
classic Diane. But that did involve doing some maths, so that might be where she hit.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
one phrase: wood chipper.
Yeah. I mean, I will throw out that I have an unusual stance on justice. I lean heavily towards the fact that justice should be personal, and I'm very skeptical of a system's involvement in justice. But I don't think it's 100% personal, and clearly society has a role in setting the norms, because otherwise there'd be lots of stuff that, say, happens in certain communities where they're like, fine by me. Dog seems to enjoy it, you know. I always walk him in the middle, you know. So it's
no necromancy, CCG.
You're not on the Carl side of bring back the gallows pole at Traitors Gate.
Who, me?
Oh, 100%,
1,000%.
Absolutely.
See, I've always had this right. There's this conversation around capital punishment, right? For me, has always been a case of, at the time when we got rid of it in this country, there was a legitimate argument for it because we didn't have the forensic science and all of that jazz that we do nowadays. But not only that, but we also have these things called smartphones. And what we find a lot of the time now is when we have these, you know, when we have these like huge scale sort of like crime events happen, whether it be Lee Rigby, whether it be what happened last year in Southport, you have these people banged to rights. There is absolutely no doubt. Why on earth are we showing these people mercy? Why are they still breathing oxygen? Why are they still costing me and other taxpayers money? Just do away with them.
Rigby is a fantastic case. If anyone doesn't know that, look up Lee Rigby. As you say, there is zero doubt. But in that case, I mean, this still seemed like a flashback, but you go back to your Thomas Sowell and Vision of the Anointed, and where, okay, there's no doubt that they did it right, so now we're gonna have to make up an excuse. But I know I'm dragging us down a weird angle, when in fact I should be thanking In These Goings Down for sending a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. As he says, just figuring out super chat. Well, it's very welcome. It's very, very welcome indeed. Thank you. And Open Wounds sending £5. Thank you so much. Been watching these streams on the replay forever now. Thank you. Lovely.
Sorry, highlight Lawrence's comment. I know the gospel tells us, judge not lest you be judged. But I'm just going to say it. This Polanski guy, this guy's a real jerk. Loving the Norm Macdonald vibes.
Oh, there we go. Norm. There it is. That's me. Open Wounds, thank you very much. Much appreciated. You're one of the rare replay crew who's come out into the open. I always wonder about you guys. I'm saluting, even though I'm not on camera. I'm saluting, as I do to all replay crew. Don't ask which salute, but I am saluting you. Moving on. I really shouldn't say that when Starmer's in charge, should I? Anyway, tell you what, we talked a little bit about the background. Just going to ask this: Murgoot TCG first watch? I assume not.
First watch for me.
First
I
watch.
saw it in the theaters.
Okay. And is it one you've revisited, Murgoot?
I watched it with my stepdaughter at one point because she was a Johnny Depp fanatic, and it was okay at the time.
Okay.
On the third watch, I liked it a lot more.
Right. This is probably my fourth watch of it because this came out. I was a teenager. It was like, ooh, like my favorite movie at the time was The Omen. I'm like, ooh, dark, edgy. So, movie about the devil comes out. I'm like, oh, I've got to see it, even if it's the end of days. I'm kidding. I love that movie. That was brilliant. But I watched this. This did not work for me, and it always left me feeling a little bit weird about it. And I felt weird about it on this watch as well. I wanted to like it. There's so much in it that's good, but just there's something off about it, and I think
the last 20 minutes.
I think there's actually something a bit more throughout the story, which I'll get to that once we've done the Pint of Guinness summary. Does anyone feel up for that? GCG.
Yeah, I can give it a go
if you fancy it.
Yeah. So yeah, this film centers around Johnny Depp's character, Corso, I believe his name is, and he is like a book dealer, like who specializes in like antique, not I say antique book, but like old, valuable, rare sort of collector's items. And early on, you get the impression that the film's telling you essentially this guy's a bit of I say wheeler dealer. He's a bit underhanded in how he obtains the books that he needs. But this one
he's disreputable and he'll do anything to get a book.
Exactly that. So one particular person that deals with Corso is a man named Balkan. He is presumably a billionaire, and he has bought a new book off a recently departed person, which is allegedly co-written by the devil. However, there are 3 surviving copies, but Balkan believes that his is the only authentic one, despite everyone else saying, oh no, they're all authentic. So he sends Corso on an adventure to locate the other 2 books, to study them, and to get them by any means necessary.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nice. It's a strong premise. It's a very strong premise.
I will leave you at that. That picture you're showing right now?
Uh-huh.
That glass room. Did anybody get was it 13 Ghosts vibes?
Whoa, what a callback.
I mean, I know it came out like a year later or a year before, but I saw that and I was like, oh my god, that's it's really reminded me of 13 Ghosts.
It's supposed to it looks like one of the glass vaults at the Vatican Library, and I think it's a mockery of that.
Oh yeah, probably. It's just a vibe I got.
Yeah. No, I did not think of that, but I am thinking about it now. Crikey. Crikey. I just want to say hi, Years, and good of you drop in, leave a comment. The algo appreciates it, and I appreciate it. And I hope we are fun for you in the gym tomorrow. Maybe we'll say things that will sort of help you have a little rage pump in the gym. We'll see what we can do. Shall we get one thing out the way right now whilst we're looking at this? The only scene in the movie where antique books are treated with respect. So I was so glad that you guys chimped over that too.
Oh my God.
I was fuming.
So I was watching this with my son, right? And we were both just spazzing out over just how like this guy's supposed to be like this like, well, dodgy, but Renault, like hustler, I think someone said in the chat earlier. It's a pretty good way to describe it. But you know, these are like really rare, valuable books, and you know, imagine like you bring one of these like 350-year-old books back, and you know, the person who purchased it opens it up and is like, "Oh, I didn't know they smoked Red Strike back in the Red Strike back. No, is it Red Strike? What is cigarette?
Lucky Strikes.
Lucky Strikes.
Lucky Strikes. Are you going to think like Red Apple?
I'm thinking of I'm thinking of Red Stripe beer, ain't I? I'm thinking of Red Stripe beer, but yeah, Lucky Stripes. Yeah, I didn't know they smoked Lucky Stripes back in the 1600s. It's like Jesus wept.
I know.
Well, between
they're
all
cracking
the
those spines
Lucky
like
Strike.
they were Bane. It's ridiculous.
The
I mean,
between the cigarettes and no gloves handling ancient volumes.
I know.
Absolutely brutal. Like they're I'm neglectful of this. Maybe I'm just going to check the Wikipedia quickly if they managed to sort of. Where did they give us an exact name? Oh, 17th century.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said it was 17th century. Yeah,
1666 and 1667 were the editions mentioned.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they were definitely rebound in late 18th century, early 19th century style quarto manuals. And I was surprised that they went with normal leather instead of either outright stating it or insinuating that they were bound in human skin, like the old anatomical books or the old occult books of that time. They'd use for anatomical manuals, they'd use the skin of the recently deceased to bind the surgeon's manuals and occult manuals.
Crikey. Well, I have not seen that. That is new information. Gosh, Necronomicon proved real. Sam Raimi's, of course. But yeah, I've been to a couple of events where I've seen books this old and older, and I can't remember if they were, 1600s. I think I've seen older, so possibly these are overcautious. But I saw a very old copy of Dante's Divine Comedy was brought out. I was in a no. It's the other time I was in a cathedral's library, and they do little book tours there, and they break out these volumes. But in these cases, they're being lowered onto a very special sort of platform, so no pressure is put on the spine. The people holding them are holding them with gloves. They're opening them with special tools to be as delicate as possible. Whereas in this one, it's like Johnny Depp's hauling it around in his satchel. He's basically putting his fags out on them. He's treating them harsher than Mizzy in a library. If you remember that little shit.
I was thinking more Trevor and Little Mo.
The EastEnders references are going to fly by me.
You got it though.
I sort of did. But yeah, he's just like, oh, he's just rough handling.
Open your pages, little more.
Oh god, well, that's nightmare. Yeah. I assume everyone else was upset about it, but yeah, he's just hauling this priceless volume around, smacking it around, flipping it over, flipping it around.
He might as well have used it as a weapon against Timu Cisco at some points.
Oh
god.
Timu Cisco. Oh, I love it. I was thinking, hey,
that's a blast. Oh,
where is he? I've only got the one image of him milling around.
You only need the one image, let's be honest.
Oh, I've been so harsh. I've blurred him as well. There he is. There he is, milling around outside. See, Johnny's mistake was to get into a milling contest with this guy. It's not going to work, is it? He's maxed his stats out in there, Mr. Depp. It's not going to work. Terrible. Okay, so yes, we're all very upset by the absolutely disgraceful handling of the book throughout it.
Well, it's with all the tarot imagery throughout. You know for a fact that Corso, Depp's character, is one of the first real images besides the Whore of Babylon riding on the back of the dragon, is the fool stepping towards the castle with his stick and bag, which
I think I have it. This guy?
No.
Oh, in that case, it will be. Oh, got him. There you go.
Yeah. But Depp is definitely the fool stepping towards the castle. It's the fool's journey of the tarot, the fool to the hermit or the wise man. And he carries his bag everywhere. He's transient. He's learning. He's fumbling. And there are parts in the movie that are rather comedic, and it's supposed to be that way.
Yes. Polanski said, like, he is not in fear of the devil at all, handily. But so he could just sort of engage with this as fun. So he sees this, I think, as somewhat goofy, as just having a laugh. I mean, when he dealt with the devil and Rosemary's Baby, he was happy to bring the comedy out here, and in this one, he's very pleased.
You got that one.
Of course, I got this image. I had to.
And the wheelchair speeding through the doors and crashing through the doors into the fire. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think at that point you're like, oh, he's just having a bit of fun here. I mean, was it Tricky Menthol said that? This is a comedy.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Yes, Tricky Menthol said it. I thought so.
She was the only one who I felt bad about dying in this movie, right? Because she was the only one who had the common sense to tell Johnny Depp not to smoke over her book.
Yes. Yeah.
Her death was like clearly the most brutal, I think. It's just
yeah. Oh no! Does this qualify? Does she meet Belle Delphine standards? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Ahegawo P. I can't do it. I can't do it. I was trying to work OAP into the end of that. Never mind. I gather she was a stand-in. I gather they replaced the actress here. I will say, I really liked Depp in this. I thought Johnny Depp was on absolutely fine form.
I quite liked him in it. I thought it was quite a charming role. I rate it. I do rate it.
Yeah, he's underplaying it. yeah, keeping it a bit low key, I think, which was
I
an
think so.
interesting choice.
Yeah, there was an interesting bit actually because when you talk about underplaying it, I think that's quite accurate because we watched this on Prime, and obviously we had the subtitles on, and there's one bit when he's in a phone box, and I think it's when they're still in New York,
Yes, that
and
was
he's
a New York street scene.
and he's talking to Balkan on the phone, and the subtitles are capitalized as if he's supposed to be like shouting at Balkan, but the guy is like just talking in like a normal tone. And I'm pretty sure it was after this scene. It was after this scene after he finds his is it Bernie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's after here he finds him and he makes a phone call and it's like, he doesn't really come across like he's like overly angry or shouting or like, what the, he's dead. But it was more like, he's dead. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you get the sense that he is extremely dispassionate about the books. They are just a means to money for him.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a slick operator. But where was I going with that? No, sorry, lost it. Lost the train of thought. It's gone. It's gone into the ether. I think the other point I was going to say is like it plays well with this. I guess Fool's Journey works because he stays in the dark about a lot of what's happening in a way very similar to Perfume, the story of the murderer. Basically, everyone he meets dies fairly shortly after as like a running, very dark joke.
Yeah, like Jessica Fletcher.
Yes.
He wrote, it makes a lot more sense when you realize Jessica Fletcher is a serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Blaming everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably obvious to people, but it's worth saying in case they don't know. And Murgoot, you should probably have the honor. Bernie's got a very interesting pose there. What's going on there?
Tarot card of the Hanging Man. Trials, tribulations, in some parts, death. It's the broken man.
And there's me thinking it was a Ric Flair reference.
That's a deep shot.
Woo!
They do a similar death in Midsommar to the Black Academic. It's somewhere between a tribute to Odin and a Hanged Man thing. Oh no, I'm an idiot. Odin is referenced in the Hanged Man, right? In some versions of the tarot. Am I right?
No, not really. The tarot is more Latin than it is Germanic. It's one of the reasons why they were able to Odin's self-crucifixion is one of the reasons why the Germanic tribes so easily associated Christ with Odin, because they were both crucified to find their wisdom and godhood.
I will take that L and that correction. Thank you, Murgoot. See, this is why we need you. Are there any other characters who sort of, apart from the girl at the end, are there any other characters who we can say sort of have a tarot thing, or is it just our boy Bernie, like your drowned man here?
That one's not so much, but Lilia Telfer is certainly a portrayal of the Empress card. Power gone wrong. Haughty Imperious will kill you for power. And she's not quite down to the last scene she's in. She's shown not to be competent enough. I mean, the whole Balkan villain monologue at the end where Telfer gets strangled and pierced in the throat by her own pinnacle necklace. That whole scene was pretty ridiculous. I laughed all the way through it. But
yes. It's so, how can I say?
Over the top.
Yeah, I was trying to think how to frame it, because this would look absolutely at home in a Hammer set. And this is not an insult to Hammer. Hammer knew what it was doing, and it was painted with a brush of the right breadth.
I wish I could.
Sorry, go ahead.
I wish I could remember the exact words he used, but it's all your posturing and your pomp and circumstance and all the trappings. It's nothing compared to what the summoning of the devil ever should be. I'm much better than you. I'm the chosen one. And that ends badly too, but in a different way.
Yeah, this scene was quite pivotal for how I felt about this one. But people were saying earlier that they wished Balkan had been Christopher Lee, and oh my goodness, I would have loved that.
Yeah, that would have been great. But I quite like the guy who played Balkan in this, though. To be fair.
Oh, Frank Langella is excellent. I mean, he's a brilliant actor. Even his portrayal of Dracula was interesting. Wasn't his greatest role. I mean, people comment about the problems with Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman, but Frank Langella as Dracula, yeah, he was super sexy, but nah, the movie didn't work. But
no, he does an absolutely wonderful job, and again, kudos to him. Absolutely.
Oh, he chews the scenery, bro. Yeah,
I think he knows what he has to do, though. He read the room perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Just so we should probably set the scene in case people have not seen this. This is sort of a kind of a culmination. It's very close to the end of the movie, where Johnny Depp has been going between Portugal and France, and trying to track down these volumes. And basically, there's three interested parties. There's Telfer, who has the copy, who originally had the copy that is being held by Mr. Balkan here. So there is Telfer. There is Balkan, if you're watching the screen. They track down copy in Portugal. The chap there is killed, drowned, and then they go to the French copy. I cannot remember the character's name, but the one who does the Ahegao face.
The Baroness.
The Baroness. Oh, terrible. Yes, should have got it. Yes. So the Baroness has got one. She is off too, as we showed you. And then it's really just sort of Telfer v Balkan until this showdown. And you have quite an interesting thing going on here, in that you've got this old world occultism, like really leaning into the symbology and the pomp of power, and then you kind of get hit with like an 80s guy who's sort of ideology free and all about just power is just a tool to be used. Basically, it's Tony Blair versus versus Corbyn. Terrible analogy, perhaps, but we've got someone who is like a total cynic, so a believer versus a total cynic. I guess I'm going to stick with Blair for Balkan.
Blair and Nancy Pelosi.
I guess, yeah. Someone who really believes in the thing, who is 100% bought in versus just the absolute ideology-free pragmatist. There's something going on with that there. And I suppose we can't help but draw a comparison to another movie that came out in 1999.
Go for it.
Features a scene very much like this one in, well, it was actually filmed, funnily enough, in a mansion owned by the Rothschilds.
They probably supplied the clothing and jewelry as well, right?
It had a lot more boobs in it. Many, many, many more boobs. Oh, hang on. Fez has nailed it. Gordon Gekko v. Stella Creasy.
Yeah, that would do it.
Fez, you've won it. You've won it. Oh, I think I missed one, actually. Sorry, I should just go back and thank you, Daniel Hall, for sending in $5. Very much appreciated. Sorry, I missed that for a second. Giving us some very useful context here. The fool represents a purity of not knowing, and therefore infinite paths are open. The theme comes into view that Corso is a dark Percival figure. Well, I like it. It's very helpful context. For me, what you're getting at, whilst it's really helpful for the tarot idea, it does give me a problem with this whole movie, which we'll get into. So maybe move on to that next. We'll see. But yeah, so the Eyes Wide Shut vibes, I thought it was kind of weird that we got both of these movies in the same year, you know?
Well, Kubrick is, in my opinion, a much better filmmaker than Polanski, but that's just me.
And you're not going to get an argument from me, Murgoot. Although, if I need the money, I might head down to Swindon. Foundations of Polanski.
I think Carl would toss you out on your ass.
No. Carl needs me for the Ofcom voucher. You know, I remember the last time I went in, Carl sat me on his knee and said, you know, Chloe, you may physically disgust me, but bringing you in does give us the diversity points that keep Ofcom at the door, you know? So, you know, that's why I keep going there and helping them out to be their token quarter Irish commentator, giving them the quarter Irish perspective that they need for their diversity. It's quite an elaborate ruse to go on, isn't it?
Oh, especially since Callum left and the half Irish disappeared. But
exactly, they're borderline Mickless. So I get in there and I do what I can. Anyway, sorry for that really weird. Oh dear. It's just sort of I find it interesting that you have both of the films do this thing where the ritual is kind of shown as a bit of a sham, and like you come down to actually the real thing is a dude in a suit. Like, it's an interesting thing that both Kubrick and Polanski start playing with that idea in exactly the same year in a very similar way. And I'm just like, I'm not saying they're in contact. I don't even know if there was any relationship with Polanski whatsoever. I'm inclined to think not. But it hasn't come up in any of my books. And I don't think I've ever shown you guys my research library, but yeah, I have quite a few on Kubrick, and I don't think Polanski has turned up in all of them, and I'm kind of tempted to check. Yes, it's interesting it came up. Given that, sorry, did you guys have anything else on this section? Because I don't want to overlead this.
Yeah, it was just I found it quite goofy overall.
Oh, I laughed through this entire scene.
I just loved how he completely mugged the entire room off. Just,
Boo!
yeah.
Total Chad mode. Total absolute Chad. Yeah.
When he came out at
Polanski-
the end and they're backing off and boo, and 2/3 of them just scatter and disappear.
And like one of the women like throws off her robe as she's running away, so she's like literally running to the car, start bollock naked.
Look, Polanski's got to get a bit of nudity in his film. He's determined.
He did all right.
He's got to make it happen, you know. He got outdone by Kubrick in this case, but you know,
Yeah.
he got a fair few in. Yes, Lawrence absolutely agreed. Langella was an absolute Chad in the scene. Just wonderful. And yes, Dr. Prepper, they were awfully scattered. It's a scattered community, I think. God, we're deep into the weeds tonight, aren't we? Right.
Yeah, the when Depp is running from Discount Cisco down the stairs to the canal, and the lady,
here?
yeah, she floats down the stairs and then proceeds to girl boss the hell out of Cisco. That was, I watched it slowed, I watched it normal speed, and I watched it double speed. And let me tell you, at double speed, you can pick out every little bit of garbage editing they ever did. It was hysterical watching this scene.
Yeah, I think it's such a weird cut for me because she's gone through, like, this character, the girl, she's mysterious. She can follow the dude everywhere. He sort of never seems to stop. How can I say? He never really gets used to the fact that she's just gone constantly, you know? Just does the vanishing act. And he never seems to really adapt.
Worst possible moments to either save his bacon or to point him in the wrong direction kind of thing.
Tricky Metal is pointing out that it is a wushu thing. We obviously have to mention, you know, that's really coming into Western cinema with The Matrix, but I think
The Matrix,
clearly,
Crouching Dragon, or
when was Crouching
Dragon?
When was Crouching Tiger hidden? That was 2000. So we had a little bit of wire work, but clearly those films were about. But it's an odd choice to have her floating down, and for me, it's sort of, I don't know. I wasn't going to get into now, but it's just, it really tips the balance to, ooh, she's got spooky powers. Who could she be in this movie about summoning the devil? Oh, who could she be?
Lucifer is the Whore of Babylon. Everything, I mean, the engraving of the Whore of Babylon on the riding the dragon, it all points to her, especially with the rock signed with the author's initials, Lucifer. It's kind of, I never did figure out what AT was, if that was the initials of the original author.
That's what it was, the original author.
And
yeah, it just, I mean, even if she's the Whore of Babylon, which is, I'm not sure of the theology on that one, but
the Book of Revelation.
But it's just
riding the dragon.
I don't know. It you know what? I'll throw it out there. It sort of gets to the heart of my problem with the film, which is a bit of it kind of touches on what Daniel Hall talked about here with the role of the fool. So I'm ready for you guys to shout me down and say I've missed the point. But it's something that was bugging me with this is the thing about you want your protagonist to have agency, right? And it was only on this watch that I realized, and this is why the title is I finally worked out why the ninth gate fails, is our man, he is the fool. He lacks agency. Like everything is handed to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's railroaded throughout the entire movie. He's run on rails by the girl and by Balkan.
So I just wonder, like, it makes it, I don't know, it makes it less compelling. He really doesn't direct his own action. He's buffeted around by the winds of fate here and is just, led around. And I think that is a problem in it. I think that's why I feel a bit uneasy about it. What do you think? TCG, am I way off on this one?
No, I don't think you're too far off, to be honest with you. Johnny Depp's character is one that, like you say, he gets pushed from pillar to post. It's kind of something happens, and then next thing happens, and then next thing happens. There's no real sort of. It reminds me of the Trey Parker and Matt Stone clip where they're talking to these students about filmmaking, and they were saying, like, if your story goes, something happens and then something happens, you're doing it wrong. It should be X happens, because of that Y happens, or as a result Z happens. You know what I mean? I think I think this could have been a little bit more agency on Depp's character would have been quite cool. But
yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone on that. It is okay. You're allowed to have someone come in and give the call to adventure, as Joseph Campbell would say it. Kick things off. We're also absolutely fine with I'm searching for the English word. Let's call it a coincidence, a contrivance. That's the word I want.
Well, she's sort of a Deus Ex Machina, or rather Diablo Ex Machina. But every time he gets into a tight spot, she shows up, or Balkan shows up to point him in the right or wrong direction.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It deflates it. It deflates it because he should be making his own choices to an extent. That's a really interesting comment from Dr. Prepper, saying it's weirdly the opposite of Chinatown. Yes, so Chinatown, probably the best performing Polanski movie. In case anyone doesn't know, these are I never know what Zoomers know, but Jack Nicholson was in that, and yes, he has agency. He is a detective. He's Jake something, I forget the surname, but he is going round. He's extremely self-directed, high agency individual, clever, showing you techniques you could use for your own spying. Genius. And he solves a mystery, but ultimately the thing is, shall I spoil another one? It's like Rubicon. If you ever watch that old series, wonderful thing. Basically, the mystery is uncovered, and when you find out the really powerful person did a really bad thing, they're still powerful. They're still in charge, and you having the truth doesn't actually do anything. It's both brilliant bits of sort of brutal, pragmatic realpolitik in the ending. But in this one, it's sort of, I don't know how to feel when he's just been railroaded into the ending, I mean, at the end, he's not even on top, Yeah. She for heaven's sake, he's not even missionary. I haven't got the distant shot, but she is calling the shots here. I'm
Big
surprised
time.
she didn't peg him, frankly, because
He's
he's that passive in the movie. I'm sorry, this was once a family-friendly stream. I apologise for that joke, sort of. But
She's riding him like she was riding the dragon. Even though...
oh dear. Oh dear. Yes, Jake Gitz. Good memory, Fez. Good memory.
She was riding him like Frankie Dettori.
Hang on, what's this? The tasteful thickness. Oh man, I hope we don't offend you tonight. Like this, the reviews are going to be mixed, but like we just point out like one of my major problems with this movie, the lack of agency. So you might hate us for this one, tasteful thickness. I apologize. I can only present my own opinions. But these are lovely. Okay, these kind of details are great. It's if anyone is only listening, I'll read out the comment. Like the concierge, loads of great Easter eggs in the movie. Like the concierge at the hotel has 2 keys on his lapel, just like the keys in the gate. I think I have that illustration. Don't I? Do I have that illustration? I'm just looking for it for you. No, I'm not sure I've got that one. I've got them all laid out, all 9, but I don't think I've got that particular detail. But yes, great. I feel like this will be similar to The Tenant, that there are layered depths of symbols in this movie, and I'm not catching all of them, and they need more study. But nevertheless, the agency is a problem. Murgoot, I think I didn't get your full take on the agency issue. Are we overreacting? Should we...
Oh, no.
Is the role of the fool actually significant enough to step over it?
He's the fool. He has no clue. He's open to anything, and in the meantime, he's getting run on rails. He has no agency whatsoever, aside from when he's in the middle of right before something bad happens to him. He's pushed into every situation. He only has agency when he's doing his wheeling and dealing. And then something bad happens to him and he has to run and either Balkan or Lilia or the lady point him in the right direction.
Yeah.
Quite literally in the case where they're tailing Balkan and they lose him. And they do that, so got to do that U-turn. What was her name? Oh no,
Yeah.
it wasn't Balkan. It was the
woman gives him the hint.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, what was her surname? Saint Martin. Oh, look at that sign. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. When he's chasing Balkan to the castle and Balkan pushes through the river and Depp runs into the river, slows down, and it stalls out. That one I was laughing my ass off too. That one was funny.
Yeah.
Depp is inept at anything but books. In this torso.
Inept, you say?
That is such a great still.
Yeah, I mean, Polanski is having a lot of fun here. Comedy is one of his main elements that he will slip in. Of course, there is another Polanski element that is always going to show up that we've remarked upon multiple times. Maybe we should talk about that one. Oh, if we're talking Easter eggs, actually, I'll get this in quickly. Check it out. What's on the painting? What's on the painting?
The castle at the end.
Oh!
Dun, dun, dun.
Several people have mentioned it. So.
Bloody loved it. What a absolutely fabulous find. You love to see it. How about that for a detail, for an Easter egg? See, it was a bit
very, very
obvious,
good.
but
You were
the
complaining
keys
that
on the
you guys
concierge
were
is a much
complaining
better one.
that the end was ambiguous, but it's the end of the fool's journey where he walks into wisdom, which is hell. But
well, in a way, oh gosh, is Jordan Peterson going to be summoned and strike me down for such a amateur reading? But okay, so the fool's journey, he reaches wisdom. What's he got here? It's kind of like he's getting the knowledge of good and evil. Who's he get from?
evil.
The serpent?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're Genesis posting again. Yeah, we can't resist a little Genesis posting.
I'd just like
John
to have seen what
Gorris is a
happened
good
inside.
catch here. That's brilliant. Orange is falling down the stairwell, so that's when he escapes from the Barons as she burns down, tongue out. And oh yes, a lovely callback to the tenant. Yes, the starting scene in the hospital. Good catch, John Gorris. Yes, excellent. Lawrence saying I was sorry, tasteful thickness. We'll get to that. Excellent question in a second. Lawrence going insane to see whether we spotted this or not. Yes, don't worry. We got that. I do have a detail I spotted that I may have actually gone insane in order to notice, but I'll wait for that. Yeah, we'll get there in a bit. I need to lull you all in, and maybe if people drop off, I'll say it because I have an absolute schizo post on this. So did we go over the Sneezer Bros being ghosts and all that? Let's go back to these dudes.
I didn't even think of that.
Hang on, let me get my favorite image of them.
Also, were they actually twins? Like, or were they just using some like clever camera trickery here to
camera trickery?
Yeah, I thought so.
But there is a genius reason for that.
Because they're ghosts.
It looks a bit fake, right? Now, why would you do this? Why would you go to?
Is this one of those like clever camera focus things where it like double focuses on the background and foreground type thing?
Dual focus biopter. No.
Yeah. It's not that. Okay, I'll shut up then.
No.
Well, it's thematic. Like you can just get two old dudes. I mean, Lemon Party had 3 of them. It's not hard to get old dudes in a film. But they went to the trouble of getting one guy doubled and making it look slightly awkward, right? Why would they do that? Like, they know it looked awkward. Well, because these guys are the people who tell Johnny Depp about the duplicates.
Right. Okay.
And they are duplicates. One of them looks a little bit dodgy. One of them is the real one. It's a thematic thing. They put him onto the thing, but they themselves are that thing. You can call it synecdoche if you want to get that A star on your A levels. And they repeated it. So yes, it was there with a purpose. And yes, as Tasteful Thickness points out, it's same at the end. Now that's interesting. I thought it was actually 2 different people at the end, and that they'd got in a guy who was on the staff. So that's thrown me off a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I should have watched the end credits.
I am well. That's the only way I confirmed it because it was bugging me. But I could see the thematic reason that they would do it. I'm going to be an absolute autist, I'm afraid. I'm looking it up. I'm going to fact check you the Tasteful Thickness. I'm fact checking you right now. And we got that. Yep, it's the Sneezers, and I'm looking for the people at the end, but I'm not seeing them covered. Hang on. I wonder if he's quote. Yes, production manager. There we go. He's assistant director and production manager. So we mentioned that. But have we got him in both times? This is thrilling content, I'm afraid. As I look for it. Okay.
So was this guy? So this guy was basically Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah,
around
no,
about the same time.
confirmed. Absolutely confirmed. So we were right. Yes, he both is a production manager, but also is playing 4 roles. Tasteful thickness. You are winning on the trivia front. Well done. Well done. I had never noticed that he was in old makeup here. Crikey.
Yeah, it's very good, I have to say.
John Gorris asking the real questions.
Yeah, did he get paid 4 times?
Really, we love it. And Dr. Prepper, I do appreciate the Kubrickism there as well. Thank you. Yeah, so this is something I really like. This was actually very nice and clever and metatextual. Yes, the people who point out duplicates have themselves been duplicated. Brilliant. A++. I'll give you an upvote for that. Although we will point out that once again, it's more people who are just pointing Johnny Depp on the way and he's not figuring things out. I think it's particularly cheeky at the end that he has to go back to their shop and just the thing he's looking for flies to him. It's just like so on the nose of everything is being handed to you, my dude. It's like, no, he needs to earn it. Maybe that's it. If you don't have the agency, you're not earning it. That's got to be it. Puffball, thank you for... I hope we don't offend you with this one. We're finding stuff we love, but the score may not please you at the end of it.
I've just seen something very horrific. Sorry, completely off topic. Is anyone aware of the whole Candace Owens thing going on against Bridget?
Yes,
now.
I've seen a little discussion. What's going on?
Apparently, oh god, Bridget Macron is prepared to show a forensic and photographic evidence that she's a woman.
As soon as those materials are displayed in court, Candace Owens pulls off her mask, revealing herself to be Indian.
I mean,
instant victory, Bob's and Begin show.
That is going to be the most expensive vag pic that anyone has ever paid for.
Can
you just imagine?
That's going to be a dusty picture.
Oh, God. They're going to have a Victorian chimney sweep do the examination, I'm told. I'm very sorry. This was once a family-friendly stream.
Oh, God. Wow. Just,
Goodness
wow.
me.
Can't wait for that to get leaked on the internet. That might be Candace Owens' plan all along. I know you're a woman, and now the world will see it.
I have no doubt she's a woman because she seduced Macron when he was a 15-year-old student.
Oh, look at that. Something Bridget and Polanski have in common.
Well, hang on. Unless she was a PE teacher.
No, she was his...
She was the babysitter.
She was his language teacher.
Oh, then, yeah. Female teacher. Classic. Absolute classic.
Hang on. Has Rashford scored for Barca? Tricky mental. Cheeky.
Oh, dear. Well, we're already sort of in the gutter commentary-wise. Shall I schizo post?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't like... 31 people in here. I want that like absolutely dominated. Come on. You need to be on that like button like the Whore of Babylon is on Johnny's Depp right at the end, right? Basically, smash the like. You know how to do it, right? With that said. Okay, so I noticed something going on here and I'm prepared to be told I'm insane, but this is a film about the devil. we have an image of. Shall I get up our boy Baphomet? There's a certain idea that we associate with the devil. Can I show him? Where is he? Okay. Let's get the classic one out here. Oh, for heaven's sake. Well, never mind. Let's go with this. So, the devil, oh God, that's about... Was this displayed on a Game Boy? Bloody hell. Let's have some actual high quality images. There we go. Right. Well, I'll get away with this, I'm sure.
Guy with the Baphomet. There's the red guy with the horns, tail, and pitchfork. There's also Milton's Paradise Lost, where he's shown as a falling angel with black burning wings.
Hang on. How did you get Bridget Macron's pictures, Horror Show?
All right. Well, very relevant to that, and Bridget Macron allegedly, is Baphomet is always depicted hermaphroditically, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hang on. Are we talking about the devil? Or are we still talking about Bridget? I'm lost.
This depiction of the devil, it classically, you got the bobs there, and you'll have your appendage, right? Bob's posting. Good. Well, this is a movie about a lot of people very interested in the devil, and I started to notice something, guys. I started to notice it from the very start. Now, this is the very beginning of the movie. This is the Mr. Telfer. We will see a lot of his wife later. I noticed that picture. And I thought, maybe it's not a very soft angle. Maybe it's not super flattering. Dunno. But kind of look.
Telfer is Morticia Adams.
I was about to say that.
It's not a particularly soft angle. Looks a little draggy. And then I'm just saying, like, later we get to see quite a lot of
we do.
Telfer, and I'm just like
grabby.
Grabby. I'm just like, this angle is also not super feminine. I'm just saying. And then we get this. And I'm like, is Polanski kind of implying a certain hermaphroditic, I can't say that word, hermaphroditic quality to the devil worshippers too? Because then I'm like, no, you're off your meds again. You're off your meds.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Sorry.
But we go to the Baroness, and then who's the Baroness got in her employ? Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm seeing that.
Stereotypical.
Put it down, flip it, and reverse it. Am I right, TCG? Right.
Yeah, that would work, but that's Missy Elliott. We gendered
not Mr. Elliott.
Not Mr. Elliott.
Oh, okay. Apologies. So okay, I've got two incidences. Maybe that's not quite on. Maybe I mix it. But then Timo Sisko. Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Possibly I'm reaching here, but he's a black chap that they've given blonde hair to.
Hang on,
are you that not?
When I first saw him,
hang on.
It's
a guy with blonde hair. Are you trying to say that Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man was androgynous?
Demolition Man, I'm afraid.
All I could think of.
You have been fined 300 credits.
Time hanging around is that Ruby Rod?
I don't think I am that. Oh.
Also, that cigarette is kind of limp as well.
waifu. Okay, waifu is rocked up, and I'm just going to say no. We're all over the place. Okay, we're just going to select things to analyze here, waifu.
Oh,
But yes, weirdly, we have been discussing Candace Owens, and I'm just presenting my theory that
Yeah.
Polanski has coded a certain hermaphrodism, or at least a dissolving of boundaries throughout this. Alex, I remember I convinced you, waifu. You were convinced.
I'm reading that, and I don't think waifu realised that we actually segued into this conversation. Yeah, because we were talking about Bridget.
We were indeed. Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think I've convinced Maverick, but hopefully.
Dennis
Hopefully
Rodman.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman, Cisco. Who
Hang
else has
on.
done that?
Oh, 2-0 to Barcelona.
I'm just
Rashford
going to
again.
be googling black cat's bleached hair. This won't curse my
That was
my
a bang.
Google forever. We must be missing out more. I'm sure. Why didn't I ask Grok? Grok would have a whole list ready.
I'm sure he would.
Joy Reid. What?
Easy.
No, Grok.
Joy Reid.
What are you saying, Grok? That's not on.
John Reid.
Oh, someone's let Grok off the meds again. It's not happening. Anyway, I do think there is a genuine thing put in this of like hermaphrodism and boundary disturbing because of Baphomet and because it's tied to the devil. I just thought it was a clever thing that that he put in. Balkan mentioning the familiar in the same early lecture. Yeah, I think
That's
he also
right, yeah.
had dragon statues in the background as well, which is sort of your prefiguring of the final thing we're shown. The final engraving we're shown that has that. So nice, very nice stuff. Ed Woody, yes indeed. One of my favorite movies, by the way. Don't read too much into that.
Glenn or Glenda or Ed
No,
Wood?
the 1994 Tim Burton Ed Wood.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey.
Love that movie. God, my brain. Obviously, it's got Patricia Arquette, and I was just trying to run over if Patricia Arquette was ever in a Polanski movie. I think I'm just getting confused. No, Johnny Depp will be our connection to that. Apologies, I shouldn't have gone down that line because now my brain is doing like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with Patricia Arquette. Oh dear.
Hang on.
Waifu appears convinced. John Goris is convinced.
I'm starting to come around a little bit because it just dawned on me that in the scene when the wife Mrs. Telfer goes to Corso's apartment and she's sitting there and she's sort of talking to him and he sort of says, "I've seen this before." What does he say is underneath the stockings?
Well, I think
guns. Is she packing? In other words.
Well, hang on. Where is I'm trying to find it, but okay. We know she dies with Balkan sort of choking her.
Yep.
You know they're into that, and
Yeah.
but it's the pentagram necklace that she's wearing. Where is it? I've got my screen cap here. Oh, we can't even see it in this. She's wearing this pentagram necklace, right? He pulls it back. It basically pierces her throat, right? So she's leaning back with a giant prominent thing standing out of her throat. It's an Adam's apple reference. Look, there's a tree right there with a serpent. Adam's apple. Look. See?
Okay.
Shall I get the Pepe Silva? All right. See, I've convinced a few of you that there is something very deliberate going on. I genuinely think they are actually doing that in there, and it does fit with the devil thing. But I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's particularly funny just to me because for quite a few films, I've gone through them and been like, where they have a sort of hermaphroditic or trans angle, I've generally been the one saying it's not about trans, it's about something else. So we had that with Calvert, we had that with The Tenant, we have that with a film coming up in the Halloween selection. And I've always been there being like, there's no troon stuff going on here. They have not, this is just for another thematic reason. And then in this, I'm searching it out like Candace Owens, and I'm detecting it with high accuracy. Maverick, do I want to know what that is?
Apparently, you already do.
What is? I don't think I want to Google that, do I, Maverick? Anyone? Chat? Can you allow?
This might be a job for Copilot.
I believe it's anime.
Okay, say no more, fam. I think I have an idea. Okay. So well, that was a schizo posting. Was is there an element? Oh, okay. Yes. Chat is confirming. Oh, actually, apologies. A massive apology to Adam Loves Horror. I'm very sorry. I saw you sent this in a while ago. I meant to address this, but we were schizo posting at rapid speed. So thank you very much for sending in $5 and saying at work can't stay, but this wasn't by jam. The ninth gate is also what they call. Oh no. Bridget's Sauvage, Johnny Depp style.
Here's Bridget again. Keeps popping up out of nowhere. Literally, in some cases, according to Candace Owens.
Terrible. Well, thank you, Adam Loves Horror, for that. Oh dear, this used to be such a family-friendly stream back in the day. Crikey, you do dominate the like button, do smash it, and send in more super chats in case I get sued by any of them. Any other leading international figures. Oh dear. All right. Oh, hey Kent Jensen, very good to see you. Very good to see you. Oh, I like this. Missed most of the stream. My theory, Polanski privately thinks of this as a sequel to Rosemary's Baby. Of course, I was unaware he's the Antichrist until end of the story. Note his Luciferian mustache and beard.
Oh, that's all right. That's not bad.
I love
theory.
that.
Yeah.
I love that because the official sequels to Rosemary's Baby are nothing to shout about, as far as I know. Was it Whatever Happened to Rosemary's Baby? And is just one called Adrian or Son of Rosemary is the other version. I forget which one Ira Levin wrote, but there were two versions of it. One only was a TV movie, and the other was a novelization. Yeah, been prepping for that Rosemary stream. So yes, Shadow Loaf, suggestively fondle the like button, and if it pops up, you need to push it down again. Want these stats correct. I'm going to do that weird thing. Oh, guys, 36 people in chat in the stream, 25 likes. Come on, folks, you can fix that. You can up that.
This is numbers for these streams.
I know. I don't know what's going on. It's a self-posting.
Yeah, you're all welcome. Come in.
For some people, I don't know, no one's watching Kimmel tonight. It's got to be that.
Yeah, it must be.
Did this come out before or after The Devil's Advocate? Well, it's the same year. I don't know the exact release date. I will look that up for you. I mean, they would have been in production the exact same time. Right, so we got a 25th of August release date, and then we'll go Devil's Advocate. And oh, I'm an idiot. No, Devil's Advocate came out 2 years prior to that. For some reason, I'd got it in my head it was 1999 also. Sorry, that was October 1997. But it's got to be said, Patrick Batman, there was a heck of a lot of horror movies around this time because, you know, the millennium was coming up. There was a lot of sort of understandable biblical focus. So we got things like End of Days. We got Stigmata with Patricia Arquette, since we were mentioning her earlier. Oh, anything else? Anyone else? Got a 1999 satanic movie coming to mind. I know there are more. I know there are a bunch more. We just got a sort of flurry before the millennium.
Yeah. No. Oh, hold on. Let me do a little Google search. See if there's anything.
Let's give it a go.
That triggers that. Satanic movies. Oh my God. Released in 1999.
You
End of
absolutely-
Days.
Of course.
Stigmata. Wishmaster 2.
Wishmaster 2 counts.
Apparently
What?
so. Yeah. Idle Hands. That's a good film, that is.
Yeah, Seth Green. That guy from The Offspring in.
Devon Sawyer. Is it Devon Sawyer in Idle Hands? Pretty sure
Sam,
it
it
is.
would be about the right time.
Yeah.
Could be.
It is, yeah. He's the main character. Jessica Alba. Oh my God.
Alia as Akasha the Vampire. Was that Queen of the Damned?
Well, it says Idle Hands.
Could be. I think it could be. Let's see. We're seeing. Oh, I'm seeing lots of praise for Frantic. Now, Frantic was that also a was that Polanski too?
There were a few blood based.
It was 1988. There we go. I knew it. See, I really wanted to watch this when I saw Harrison Ford in it. I thought, well, that's an interesting comment. Oh, and Emmanuel Senier again. Very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm gonna have to watch Frantic, aren't I? Oh, Adam was sorry, yes. But excuse me, Millennium Night Owl, yes. We mustn't forget the Millennium.
Millennium.
Oh, crikey. It's getting messy tonight. I know it. Thank you very much for $2, Adam. And of course, for reminding us of Will Smith's, was it the second album? Big Willie style was first.
I say it wouldn't be anywhere near a second because obviously he's been making music since what, the 80s at that point.
Ah, fair play. But yeah, those I don't know.
Do you know? Hang on. Do you know what Will Smith and Bridget Macron have got in common?
Oh no, is it Big Willie style?
Big Willie style.
Oh, terrible. Yes, Fallen, 1998, great movie. Prophecy, 95, wonderful choice. Bloodbase. I'm afraid that not only was there a Wishmaster 2, there is at least a Wishmaster 4. It's one of those ones where you're like, why has no one stopped them? Yeah, everyone thinks of Children of the Corn. Why does a single short story from Stephen King need to have 8 movies? But Wrong Turn, 6 Wrong Turn movies, and a remake, which is actually very interesting. I will one day do my little section on horror movies released to try and rig the 2020 election. I probably shouldn't have said rig the 2020 election in that exact order. But never mind. But I have a little schizo theory about that because I would just... Anyway, I will get into that another time. But yes, Wishmaster 2 and Wishmaster 4. Oh, right.
Children of the Corn has 9 movies and a remake.
9?
What?
Absolutely not. I was worried I was overstating it with 8. I was like, nah, you've got that wrong. Can't be that many. Bedazzled, of course, Bedazzled in 2000 with Liz Hurley and Brendan Fraser. Good
Remake
times.
of the Dudley Moore movie.
So I always find that one drags a bit. I like it, but I find it does drag a little bit.
The original Bedazzled is, in my opinion, a lot better.
It is very funny. I know I like short comedies, but there are 8 Leprechaun movies. Crikey, Dr. Prep, that is crazy.
How many Hellraisers?
How many Hellraisers are there?
10
Should we
in the
count that up?
series. 10 in the series.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, what Hellraiser in Deadline is number 9, is the first one where Doug Bradley dropped out, and then they did a remake which was decidedly meh. Something didn't work for me about the remake. I gave it a go, but something was off with that one. Yes, suffice to say, horror movies, yeah, the series can get pretty long, and a lot more than you'd think there is any reason to. Well, I know Hellraiser Bloodlines is the 4th one. Inferno is 5. 6, I can't remember.
Bloodlines is
Deader is
Laser in
8.
Space.
Hellworld maybe is 7. I don't know. That would be a fantastic quiz question, wouldn't it? I shouldn't have given that away. I could have used that next week.
I know. You was about to say, yeah.
It's all right. I've got my questions done. If people didn't know, by the way, next week we're going to be doing a quiz. We are bringing back Only Correct. And I've got my boys from Swindon coming over to help us out.
I'll have you.
Yeah.
Which two? Harry and Stelios, or Harry and Josh?
Harry and Samson.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Samson is a dark horse. He's got a little bit of film knowledge to him, which will be absolutely useless in this quiz since it's mostly absolutely insane connections and terrible puns. But he's going to give it a go. Your quiz questions come direct from Satan himself. Yes.
She's got she's got 3 identical books full of horror quiz questions.
I've got to slam 3 or 4 Monster Energy drinks before I do it again. It's the only reason we beat Wes and Yiz.
I've got to tell you guys, the questions are absolutely awful. But I'm so proud of them. But there is I've had a music round, but I've had to can it because I just know I'm going to get copyright mogged. It's
well, I was telling you behind the scenes that even music critics and voice analysts are getting deep sixed.
Yeah,
copyright-wise.
It's so brutal, man. It's so brutal. Like I won't do the thing because everyone knows how bad it is, but it is absolutely awful. Just like you appeal to like some Indian company has just claimed it, and you're like, could you like let me have the money? And they're like, yeah, no, I don't think I am going to redeem. No,
sir, no refund.
No phone jacking.
I love that show.
I ended up I had to look up, was it Tony Tibbs? Terry
Tibbs.
And I was stuck on Terry Tibbs compilations.
Do you know what? One time I phoned up HMV and my wife wanted to get the Sex and the City box set. and she she dared me to phone them up to see if they had it in stock, but as Terry Tibbs. So I phoned up. Sex and the City box set. Talk to me. Sell me. And the guy was like, what? And I was like, Sex and the City box set. Do you have it in stock? And they're like, yeah. I was like, how much? How much is it? And it was like, oh, it was a £40 it was. I was like, I'll give you 20. And it was like,
Oh, bloody hell. I did not expect.
I'll give you 20. I'll pop down in my Maserati and I'll come and take you for a little spin. How does that sound?
Skanks on Blu-ray.
Talk to you later. Much love.
I don't think we'd be Terry Tibbs posting.
Oh,
this.
Patrick knows. But it comes with free ring ding. You want to get free internet things? It's £42 for the first month and then £84 for the second month and then 6 month payments of £18.20.
Patrick Batman is the one to blame for me going on a Tibbs rampage.
Oh, phone jack and face jacker as well. Actually, was pretty decent. It was. Do you know they there's a guy on TikTok who like uploads them all. They're so good. They're so good. I remember that there was a face jacker one, and this guy gets stuck in a lift, and he's no, the face jacker man's controlling it, and like he phones the alarm bit, and he's like, "Hello." Oh God, I can't.
Oh dear.
Oh, you are stuck in liftings.
Jesus, we've really got off the rails.
I will maybe.
I'm muted.
I'll bring us back. I will say, Emilio de los Santos. You know, I've tried to not go too into it too much on this Polanski series, but we kind of had to talk about it. I mean, I don't think I can go with the fake.
I was just thinking of Donald Donaldson.
I don't think I can say the allegations were fake. Like he does own up to it in his biography, but you know, we're in the case many a time of having to defend artists who have made wonderful art but not great life choices. So yeah, yeah, I'll leave it there because I think we've sort of gone over that a little bit. I'm glad you like it, Wolf. I feel like we're absolutely losing our minds.
Oh God, right. I'm so tempted to do a Donald Donaldson impression, but my God, he's so inappropriate.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know. Does anyone else have anything else on the Ninth Gate that they wanted to say?
Oh,
sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. Oh, I've got to ask. Go on. Let's get to the ending. We should address the ending. How did we feel about this?
Rushed.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't mind the twist so much. But yeah, again, plot armor. Just
Can I throw something out there that was sort of bugging me? We've kind of commented each time that a Polanski film has always felt like it was about 15 to 20 minutes too long.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's moments like this, like, put it this way, right? So if I needed to get some of those minutes back, here's our brilliant moment, right? So we go from the high camp satanic ritual. We've just sort of killed Telfer. Everyone's buggered off. And it's like all the energy is really up in this scene, right? But then all the energy drops until they go somewhere else. And then it's the exact same people in the location. I'm like, hang on. Wouldn't it have been absolutely amazing? Wouldn't it have been more efficient for Balkan to do his ritual here,
Yeah.
like in this scene, and to show the crowd, I will show you I'm boss. Like he wants to prove he's right, or he doesn't have to scare them off. He could have started his ritual here. We've not to get too academic, but I've got a copy of Horror Film and Psychoanalysis, Freud's Worst Nightmare next to me, which has a very interesting essay on irony and horror. And effectively, there's talk in there about how you can use horror will use irony to get you into a scene, lower your defenses, and then you can experience the thing for real, genuinely, right? So a scene like this where it's meant to look a bit goofy, oh, brilliant, I'm in for the irony. But then if you go straight into the finale, riding that high emotion, you can have the same thing happen, but you've sort of avoided losing about, well, you've taken about 15, 20 minutes out of the film.
Yeah.
I don't know if
No, I
that's
agree.
like,
That probably would have saved this movie, because this scene followed by the next three were kind of this one. He does the ritual, the gate opens, he immolates himself, and then Johnny Depp walks through the gate. He's the successor. He's the successful one. That would have worked better than this, plus 3 scenes tacked on at the end.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone in that. I mean, tasteful thickness. Why start his ritual around a farce of aging flesh? He's trying to meet the master. Yeah, true. I guess the thing is, he can wave them out. He can scare them off, and like doing the proper ritual in their place, I think would work really well. Like he's already showing he's not respecting them, and it's just got that added level of like domination and taking over that I think would work. But mostly, I'll be honest, I'm thinking of like just the flow of the story.
Yeah, if it was framed slightly differently, as opposed to knowing that he's going in and mocking like the older people. Yeah, because I would have liked to have seen it. Yeah, if he performed the ritual there and it went all Pete Tong and he ended up like immolating himself in front of them all, that would have been quite funny.
I mean, it is.
Oh, right, you're wrong.
Artistically, it would look a bit. How can I say? Artistically, it would look a bit less effective if you've got the red background and then the flames versus the bright red flames against grey castle. They stand out more, but I think you can work around it. I'm sure you can. I do like that the devil would sort of ultimately just use Vulcan and cast him aside anyway, but again, it just feels we hit the agency problem where Johnny Depp doesn't solve anything. He doesn't solve the fight. He gets ridden. Someone hands the clue to him, and he doesn't really earn the enlightenment. Like there's good thematic comments here about that that Lawrence is leaving. Like it works for characterization of the devil, but oh man, it sort of saps the satisfaction for me from the story.
Well, what he could have done, Balkan could have gone into his villain monologue and ripped all the curtains down, knocked all the props off, taken out either blood or the gas can and done the circle and done the ritual, lit it up, and then watch himself get immolated right there in the scene. You'd have the bare castle walls and Depp and the lady escape, and the gates end up opening and the lady pushes Depp to go back through the gate. I think that would have worked out better, but that's just me.
We are getting a little pushback in chat, and that is fine. That is fine. And possibly, thematically, you guys are making strong points. I'm stuck on my sort of storytelling beat thinking.
It could have been a lot cleaner.
That's true tasteful thickness, yeah.
Yeah, true. Oh, when was that shooting Vulcan in the head?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I think that was right. Well, folks, let's see. Polanski was adapting a book. This last chapter, he would have been changing the author's ending. I mean, true. I mean, he changed a heck of a lot. Some authors are very sensitive about it. Others less so. I mean, was it not quite an old book at the time? So I don't know if the author would have weighed in. I don't know. I kind of feel like when you do an adaptation, you can be free to take quite a wild direction change, a la The Shining, or let's just say, thank goodness Fight Club didn't stick with the book's ending, eh? Oh, right, the black gentleman with a gun. There we go. Yes. Yeah, that was a nice moment. Where he sort of, shows a bit of agency and tosses the black guy off down the in the basement. Probably could phrase that differently. Never mind.
Yeah, phrasing, big time.
Well, I'm just saying, I see these themes in the film. What can I say? Ooh, hang on. Now there's an interesting one. He's a black cat familiar. I quite like that. Indeed. I'll go with that. For just evoking the symbolism of it, absolutely. If only in the sense of, the old slang of someone as a cool cat. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'm reaching a bit there, but yeah, I like it. I'm going for it. Especially as he's so noticeable and standing out. Yeah, well, I'll go for that one. If it's not curtailing things, chaps, having talked about the ending, do you think maybe move into closing thoughts and scores?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, sweet. TCG, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Good film. I thought the pacing was better in this film than the than the previous one we watched. Although, yeah, I do feel like the momentum was lost after that. After that scene where Balkan does in Telfer, I think her name is. Do you know what? What bugged me about this particular ending, I will say, is just you don't see what happens when he goes in. I would have loved that's just a personal thing for me. I don't like not knowing when the film ends, because I literally turned around to my son. I was like, that better not be the end of the film. End credits. I was like, for God's sake, because I was really into it. I was really into it. Yeah, I really, really liked it. 8 out of, but I mean, that's probably going to be a solid 8 out of 12 burgers. Plenty of ketchup.
Unexpected, but interesting.
Yeah, no, like I said, I liked it. I'd recommend. I say, yeah, minor nitpicks overall, but I think, yeah, a solid 8 easily. Would have been a 9, but again, you got to knock it down because it's Polanski and he's an absolute freak. So yeah, 8 out
I'm
of 12.
chuffed with that. Very nice. Okay, you are in line with sort of. I'm seeing 7s, 10s, 7s, 10s across the board. Murgoot, how about yourself?
I really enjoyed this film on the third time watching, up until the last 20 minutes or so. I enjoyed it. It was actually, for a Polanski film, it's well paced up until the end. I did like the symbolism. They were fairly consistent with that. Depp was really enjoying himself. Frank Langella was really enjoying himself. It was well shot. And then they rushed the ending. That's why I'm marking it down a couple burgers. They could have incorporated it into one scene rather than having 3.5 scenes, basically. I give it 8 burgers, a little bit of ketchup, and some rather food-esque pickles.
I might add actually that my burgers are flame grilled.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, interesting. Another 10. Another 10 in there. All right. So I don't think I can be that harsh on a movie that I've happily watched 4 times. You know, I can't exactly pretend like I don't enjoy watching it. And I know there clearly are details we're missing that are wonderful. Like the tarot reading is really quite nice, and I don't think we've said enough about how good the music were, and the visuals are really standing out. This is visually one of the strongest ones, so I've absolutely got to give it burgers for that. Where I'm taking points away is I am really struggling with this gosh darn agency problem. It just bugs me relentlessly. And the fact that they kept smoking around the books, I was upset every single time.
100%. Definitely lost burgers for me for that.
You know, honestly, why not just take it out and hump it at this point? You know, basically that the books end up on the fire anyway. You might as well have had it anyway. So apart from that constant nitpick over the books not being treated well, it's extremely watchable. It's extremely fun. It does have depth to it. I managed to schizo read into it, but it's just that lack of satisfaction for me. I bet someone could probably write the deep film analysis that takes it up for me. And if I saw more, I could probably bump it up. But just from what I've seen, rewatching it so many times, it's the agency problem for me, and that little bit of pacing at the end. So yeah, absolutely hands up. I knew I was going to get pushback for this one. That's absolutely fine. I can take it. I can take it. Proper L show from Lawrence. Yeah. Too good. Don't worry. I am used to being unpopular. I mean, you've seen my Matrix video and my 12 Angry Men video. I'm used to getting absolutely roasted. There we go. So there we go. Scores. I wonder if there's just like an anchoring effect. I hope I've not. I feel like this should be about the same as I gave The Tenant, even though they're different vibes. This is much smoother than The Tenant, but The Tenant has got so much like Kubrickian depth. Whatever I gave The Tenant, 1 burger less than that. How about that? But for the moment, I will join you on the 8 train. This is a solid movie. This is extremely rewatchable. It's not as badly paced as other Polanski's. It's just at the end. Yeah, very enjoyable. Extremely enjoyable. There we go. Yeah, so I'll join you. 8 flame grilled burgers, a restrained amount of pickle, some quite satisfying ketchup as well. But still, the lingering smell of Haribo. What can I say?
Very good.
What can I say? All right. Oh, here we go. So here is almost exactly what I asked for. Hey, Thought Patrol, I hope if you go back and rewatch this, you think we've done a good job. I'll just say Thought Patrol. We are also there's the middle of a Polanski review season, so you can catch us talking about Repulsion and The Tenant over the last 2 weeks, and we will then become. What are we doing? We've got a Saturday stream coming up on Rosemary's Baby as well, because we can't miss that one. Let's see. Oh, this is really so. Finishing off. Tasteful Thickness has referenced some very interesting further reading. So Polanski's done a commentary track. He seems to quite like doing them, to be honest, even if he's very critical of himself in them. And Synergy has a great commentary video on it. So there we go. Wonderful for further research. And I had not picked up that the girl is played by Polanski's wife, Emmanuelle Seigner. What did he mean by this? What did he mean by this indeed? Well, how did King Lear say it? God gets but to the girdle, the devil inherits the rest. But below, yea, there's a sulphurous pit. I haven't read King Lear in a long time. Polanski may not have been implying that at all. Yes. All right. Well, there we go, folks. We have had our review of occasionally controversial review of The Ninth Gate. We have baited the Bridget Macron controversy, and I need to give you your horror homework. So there we go. Further references, if you appreciated Emmanuelle Seigner in this, then you should watch her in 1998 in Frantic. Seems to be upstanding. Seems to be plenty to appeal in that one. Right, I've got to give you your horror homework. Your horror homework for a Saturday stream. It may be this Saturday. It's probably going to be the next. Cannot confirm. We'll do ASAP. Is going to be Rosemary's Baby. Get your watch of Rosemary's Baby, 1968. Fabulous, fabulous work. We will be doing that on a Saturday. But for next week itself, next Thursday, as I mentioned, we are having a quiz. Only Correct is returning. If you haven't watched it, it's kind of a horror quiz. We rip off the BBC's Only Connect format. It's infuriating. I like to have at least one guest storm off every session. But you guys seem to enjoy it as well. So there we go. For an extremely infuriating, esoteric and schizophrenia-inducing quiz, come back next week. Only Correct. So massive thanks, Murgoot and TCG, for joining me again.
My pleasure.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Delightful to have a full panel, I've got to say. We'd got to delve into some madness tonight. I liked it.
Yeah, this has been a good one.
And chat, thank you very much. Thank you for being generous. A lot of you turning up in here. I don't know why so many are here live, but it's delight. It's nice to have a nice busy chat. So glad you've enjoyed it. Yeah, and thank you for being generous as well. 35 of you in here. Let's have the like clicked, because if you've made it to the end of this stream, you must have been enjoying it. So let's click the like, help get the word out, and I just hope that you have a lovely Friday awaiting you tomorrow and a fantastic weekend after that. Oh, Tasteful Thickness has dropped in another 10 out of 10. Quite, oh yeah, sevens and tens along here. 7s and 10s in the scoring here. Some people absolutely loving it, but I think everyone is respecting it. All right. Yes, as Fez has said, like the stream. Do not forget to like the stream. Have yourself a good Friday and a lovely weekend after that. I'll be signing off. Thanks, y'all. Cheers. Oh,
Hashtag Chill Gang.
and also, friend of the channel, John D, is starting streaming. Look out for his streams on Twin Peaks The Return, even though he is streaming on Thursdays. The saucy lad. Terrible. But we'll forgive him and check him out as well. John D stream. There we go.